Good morning, everyone. One exciting thing about being students of this school, of being children your age, is that you get to look forward to growing up, right? One day, all of you will become the great men and women that God is calling you to be. Now, some of you, actually most of you, will become married, right? You'll get married and become husbands and wives. Some of you will have lots of children and become fathers and mothers. A small part of you, perhaps, some of you young boys out there, might even discern the priesthood, enter seminary and become priests like me, Father Dimmick, and Father John. And maybe a few of you too might even discern religious life. Maybe you might become monks or nuns. Whatever it is, though, whatever God is calling you to be in the future, you have a lot to look forward to. And it's very exciting to think about what your future might be, what it's like to grow up, right, and become, again, those men and women that God wants you to be. Now, with growing up comes a lot of responsibility. It could be difficult to be an adult. It could be difficult to become a leader, right? And in whatever path you choose in the future, God is calling you to be, all of you, to be leaders, to be examples of the faith, right? To be examples of virtue, to be examples of good men and good women to others, to your families, your communities, whoever it might be in the future. All of you are called to be leaders. And now, being a leader, again, while there's a lot of responsibility to that, it is an exciting thing to be able to bring people towards some kind of good, right? To be able to, again, be that example for others to follow. It's a beautiful thing. A lot of responsibility, but it's a very beautiful and exciting idea. Now, the world, and unfortunately, a lot of people today think that being a leader means to simply kind of be a bossy person, right? That they're going to order people around, they're going to be mean to people, and they get to have all the power, right? That's what a lot of people think what being a leader is. And yet, the church, and really Jesus, shows us something quite differently, right? In our gospel today, we hear that Jesus came into the world as light, right? St. Paul says in the New Testament, in his letters, that Jesus is the leader and perfecter of faith, right? Jesus came into the world as light, and we follow that light. He is the ultimate leader. He's the Son of God, right? He's the most important person to ever walk the earth. He is the great leader and perfecter of our faith, as St. Paul once said. And so, as the Lord came into the world as light, as we heard in our gospel, we follow that light. We follow the ultimate leader. But what does Jesus show us as a leader? He shows us that a leader is not someone who is happy about his power, that he's not someone who bosses people around and tells people what to do just because that makes him feel good. No. Rather, Jesus, as a leader, shows us that he is a servant, first of all. Right? Being a leader is first and foremost about being a servant. It's about giving yourself, sacrificing yourself, loving others the way that Jesus, the leader, loved us. That's what it means to be an adult. That's what it means to be responsible. Ultimately, that's what it means to be a leader, that we love others and serve others. Right? This is why Jesus said elsewhere in the gospel that I have come into the world to serve, not to be served. Right? You would think that Jesus, as the Son of God, as the ultimate leader of our faith, would want to be served and would want people to be bowing down before him, and he would love his power that he has. But he shows us something quite differently. In his leadership, as God, he comes down into the world, yes, as light, but also as a humble child. And all through his life, he lives in that humility, living with the people that he loves, living amongst the people that he's leading, to give us that example of how to follow in his footsteps. So that just as Jesus is the light, we too are little lights to other people. And the more that we serve, the more that we give of ourselves, the more that we're lowly and humble like Jesus, the better men and women we're going to be, and the more perfect leaders that we're going to be as well. So your future, yes, all of you, children out there, yes, your future is bright with hope, right? There's a lot to be excited about into whatever your future holds. You're going to be great men and women, I'm sure of it, one day. But also to pray about this idea of what it means to be a true leader, right? To think about what does it mean to be in charge of people, to be responsible. I'm sure all of you have great examples of adults and leaders in your life too, right? I'm sure all of your mothers and fathers are great examples of what it means to lead their families. And here at the parish, we're blessed to have great teachers who give us examples of what it means to lead too. Right? Think about the adults in your life that you look up to, that you admire, that you love. Study them, watch them closely, right? In your classrooms, watch your teachers. At home, pay attention to what your parents are doing. See how they lead. See how they love you. And I'm sure you're going to find a lot of qualities about their leadership in their life that's like Jesus, that they love and give of themselves to you, so that they can lead you towards adulthood, that they can lead you towards that maturity and leadership that one day you will emulate, one day that you will embody. And so keep growing up, right? Keep down the path that you're on now. Study well. Be the good children and students that you're called to be, so that one day you might become, again, those men and women that God is calling you to be, and be great leaders just as Jesus was that great leader.